Welcome to Positive Talk with Kevin McDonald. Hey, that's me. Hi, and welcome to Positive Talk. Our show features the best positive stories and people from around the globe as we endeavor to answer the universal question of why am I here and what is my purpose? Understanding that can change everything, and knowing your greatness is fundamental to living your best life. So join us right now as together we work to create the adventure of our lifetime. And welcome to the show, everybody. I got to tell you, this has become a monthly tradition around here, and it is the most fun I'm allowed to have because I've got a great group of people, and we've had an additional person that we are going to be talking with a little bit today. And Dana Parker is my co-host, and I have missed you, darling. Where you been?
Oh, we've had some fun. We last week we had a festival that we were at called Yin on Fire down in Cedar City, Utah, that it rocked our worlds. It was amazing. And we got to have 4 fabulous days. We got to share our business, but also 10 healing workshops. There was beautiful artists from all over the world, actually. And so we had a lot of fun last week. So that's where we've been in creation mode and busy building our business. So that's fun. By ours, I mean April and Christina and our business partner, Lena.
And one of these days I'm going to have to meet her too.
Yes, I agree.
So by the way, I've wanted to ask you guys for a while. And by the way, Rochelle is joining us as well, and she's part of the Positive Talk radio team and stuff. But I wanted to ask you guys for a while. There are 4 women that are all working together. How do you all get along?
Oh, it's so beautiful. Actually, each one of us has done a lot of personal work. And each one of us knows very well the ideas of taking responsibility for our own emotions, for our own actions, for our own triggers. And we have cultivated a really safe space to talk about our humanness and talk about what we're experiencing, because our partnership is actually evolving each one of us. And so with that evolution comes old wounds, old things to be working on. And we all have this really cool ability to go into listening, compassionate mode for each other when we have stuff that comes up, and supportive mode. So, and we all are incredible coaches in and of ourselves, and we're all really great students. That is the truth about all 4 of us.
Well,
so we're really lucky.
And I think this is true, but tell me if I'm wrong, but one time you were having a bit of a meltdown and one of the other gals said, Dana, you really need to go get something to eat.
Yes, it was the best. Because I was like, no. And we were in a writing retreat, and I was just like really in this place where I was like, no, that's not going to work. No, that's not. And then April paused us on and was like, I think Dana needs to eat. And I was like, you're right. I need to eat something. And it was such a good she was so graceful in how she did it, and I accept full responsibility. Like, oh yeah, I'm actually hangry, guys. Let's eat.
It's
so
amazing.
Fun. Laugh at our humanness.
Exactly. Well, one of the reasons why I love this show that we do so much is that, and I've been getting responses from people on the Brushwood Media Network that says, hey, you need to bring back the fortune tellers more often, I think. And so the April and Christina are esteemed astrologers, and Dana is she does I keep forgetting what it's called, Dana.
Okay. Human design and gene keys.
And together they can quite literally, it's almost like a human car wash. They can take you into a meeting, and they can talk about your astrological chart. They can talk about your gene keys. They can talk about all of those things. So at the end of all of that, you are really clear, or at least more clear, on your life path and what you should be doing and how you can live your life to a better extent, and why if you're not having great success at certain things, why that is, or if you are, why that is. It's kind of really cool.
Yeah, it is. And if you're not, why, but also the potential prosperity power that's within each one of us. We each have a very unique energetic blueprint with prosperity. And that's what we're most interested in our business. That's what all of us get so excited about in this learning, because it's a very innovative way at looking at manifestation, prosperity in business and life.
And I want to bring Rochelle in here just real quick, and then we're going to start talking about astrology, and because we're now entering the October-November timeframe, and so we're going to talk about what's going to happen in the next couple of months. But Rochelle is Dana is your coach. Tell us a little bit about Dana's gifts.
I could talk about that for hours. Personally, I'd have to say that she has helped me completely find myself and taught me techniques and skills that will just forever change my life and the way that I function, the way that I think, the way that I see things. She is absolutely amazing. There is no actual words to express how thankful I am to have met her and had her in my life. She came right when I needed, and I know she does that for so many people. But just put, it makes me want to cry because Dana found me when I was broken and at my lowest point in my life, and now after a year gets to watch me be at the very top of what I thought was never possible. So thank you for that, Dana. I love you so much.
You've done the work, girl. It's been such a pleasure. And thank you. Thank you for those beautiful words. I receive it. It's my favorite thing is seeing people transform and really take back their power in their life. So, and you've done it. You've done such a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
And Dana said, why? Because I was looking for an assistant of some kind or another. And Dana said, hey, I know this girl. And she was in the midst of her Bad Country Music song period.
Yeah.
And then she came out of that and is becoming I can say this proudly, you're becoming a shining star.
Yeah.
And you've done so much. And it's because of people that are helping you, and you accept the help and the understanding that they give you. It really has been you're a little flower that's just starting to blossom.
Yeah, I'm getting more petals slowly every day.
Beautiful. I love it.
And so, ladies, who wants to go first, April or Christina?
Yeah, I mean, let's dive in. If we've got a lot to talk about, let's dive in. Okay, so we're smack dab in the middle of eclipse season right now, and the second eclipse happens, the solar eclipse in Libra happens on October 2nd. And that one is actually okay. I'm super curious how eclipses, the first eclipse that happened September 17th, how that kind of has affected everybody. That happened in the sign of Pisces. And so if you can think back about that time, that was bringing up kind of some karmic endings. Now this particular moon is connected. It's exactly connected. The sun and the moon are exactly meeting up with another entity in the sky called Black Moon Lilith. And not a lot of astrologers actually talk about Lilith. Christina and I do, because we are very much into the goddesses. And in fact, our we have a Wise Woman Revival retreat where we really get into the divine feminine, and we embrace these beautiful goddess energies that we all have within us. And we can look at, we have goddess readings is what we call them. But Lilith is so cool. Lilith is a sovereign lady. She knows herself. She's a little bit rebellious. She's a little bit eccentric. She's a risk taker. And this eclipse is lining up exactly with her and really close to Mercury. And Mercury's are the planet of our communication. So we all might get a little spicy in this eclipse. Things might come up that we're like ready to talk about. We're ready to flush out. We're ready to have these conscious conversations and get to the bottom of it so we can all feel free.
Christina, we care to add to that?
I think she pretty much laid it out as far as the energy of this. And remember that eclipses are like it's quantum leaps. It's like closing the door on one thing, and that's what we did with the Pisces lunar eclipse back in September. This is opening new doors. Like, think beyond your wildest imagination, opening these doors. So really get bold in what do you desire? What are your intentions, your seeds of intention for this eclipse, Aries new moon? And really, you know, that rebellious spirit, what is it that you are really done with? Where are you done giving away your power? Whether that is to another person, to a pattern, to some other kind of authority, to your job, like whatever it happens to be, what are you just ready to be really done with? I love the mythology of Lilith. Go look that up. It's pretty fun. And just what are you done submitting yourself to?
Yeah.
Can I just say one thing with, just because I have Kevin and Rochelle's charts, and just so you know, those that are listening, we can get really specific. That's the fun part about reaching out to us and contacting us and looking at what we're doing. So Kevin, yours is your rising sign. Libra's in rising for you. So looking at what power dynamics with your leadership, like what Christina just said. And Rochelle, for you, it's your second house of self-worth and finances. So what new stories, what quantum leaps do you guys want to have in these areas? That's what you guys want to really look at for both of you. So, and anyone listening, feel free to reach out. We would love to support you more and understanding your chart. I just wanted to mention that.
And you can go to the wisewomanworld.com, and it's right there on your screen. So write it down. I got to tell you, Dana, Rochelle that's exactly spot on, because in the last month and a half, she's left where she was. She went to Colorado. Things are changing. And I even got to meet a really cool dude by the name of Corey, and I'll leave it at that.
Cool. But that is exciting.
But things are changing for you, Rochelle.
I love it here. It's everything you just said, and I got to watch that that lunar eclipse here. You can see the Milky Way. It goes directly over the house that I'm staying in, because there's like out in the middle of nowhere, so I didn't even know that many stars could possibly exist. But since I've come out here, it has been completely that. Everything that I realized that I left back home, I don't really want that anymore. And I have decided to move here as soon as possible. So all this is just right in line with exactly what's going on.
And Rochelle, did you meet Corey recently?
Yeah. Here.
Yeah, you're the big Pisces activated your 7th house of relationships, just so you know.
Oh, so yeah, I do. I have more friends. And
how cool is that?
That is really cool.
But Rochelle, just because it's a little self-serving, but that's okay. Tell the gals about when you met his mom.
So his mom watches the show. Shout out to her if she's listening. I told him about what I do, and told him to watch the show, and we had a little break, and his mom had texted him, so he gave her a call and was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, I'm just watching my show." And he's like, "What show?" And she said, "Oh, it's called Positive Talk Radio." She's literally listening. I'm in the middle of doing a podcast, and she's listening to it. He's like, "No way." So she's known about me for a lot longer.
That's cool.
And when I finally got to meet her, I felt like a celebrity. And that was just the coolest experience. I'm like, yes. But everybody that I know that has said something about watching the show, I know they're a special person. So
Cool. That's so
very good.
exciting. That's awesome. That's a great story.
Thank you.
So ladies, let's get back to this time frame, because
Yeah.
you said change is imminent, to drop the old ways and to come up with new ways. Does that mean that there's going to be a lot of different things happening around the election and the way that we are viewing the election and the way that we're viewing life, kind of as a country, like everybody together?
I'd love to speak to that just a little bit, because that whole week afterwards, so if we have the eclipse there on the 2nd, and then the next week is a little quieter, but that third week starting around the 12th, it's actually kind of an astrologically tense time. There's some aspecting to Mars going on, so people could actually get kind of cranky and angry. And we are getting close to the election day, which does have very interesting astrology, just saying. So we all need to actually take extra time to care for ourselves, to be aware that if we're feeling triggered, to like dig into that a little bit. That might not be somebody else that's actually like making us mad. We're just seeing something in ourselves that we don't like. But and extra grace for people, because people really might get a little bit cranky during that time. And then we have the full moon in Aries, which is ruled by Mars. So we have this fun little chit chat going on in the sky between the sun and Mars. And then we have the full moon in Aries ruled by Mars on the 17th. So a lot of fire going on, lots of fire. So just being extra kind. So I guess what I'm saying, Kevin, without getting into a lot of details and trending political here, we do actually have the potentiality to have some divisive energy, highly passionate energy, and obviously that can go both ways. And some anger energy. So being extra aware and extra cautious and extra self-reflective during that time is going to go a really long way.
It used to be that when we had the election, then we had somebody that had more votes and somebody that had less or more electoral colleges. Somebody would say, "Okay, I give up and I'll concede." I don't think that's going to happen again, regardless of what happens. So I think you're right. There is going to be some anger and some heated emotions and some people talking to each other in less than kind ways. It can actually even break up families. Is that a possibility?
Yeah. And that, again, we just want to take deep breaths and recognize that just because you feel it doesn't mean you have to react with it. Feeling it, acknowledging it, then actually taking a moment to take a breath before you comment, before you say something, to be consciously aware of your language, could do us all a favor and actually could do good to all of us. Like how, and really asking yourself, how can I actually say this in a more progressive way for all parties involved? How can I be more solution oriented and unifying instead of division oriented and separating us as people? How can we bring us together more, even though we have different thoughts? Because even within our team, we all have different thoughts. We all have different ideas. We all see things differently. However, there are win-win solutions for everyone.
April?
Yeah. Okay. So I love that so much. And speaking to that, what's really cool and powerful is we do have a lot of this Aries Mars energy, which is it's energy. It's literally our energy. It's where when we look at a chart and we want to know more about your particular energy, we look at Aries and we look at Mars. We also look at what are called squares, and squares are 90-degree angles. So it's this like hard, like perpendicular angle, right? If you remember your 10th grade geometry, perpendicular 90 degrees. and which is really like challenging energy. That's kind of what's in the sky right now. But the best part, we love to see squares. We love to see Mars. We love to see Aries because that's motivation. That's momentum. So if you can, instead of becoming reactive and angry and responding with intensity, if you can actually harness the energy that is in the cosmos this month and the beginning of next to actually motivate you to do something different, motivate you to change, motivate you to get involved. If that's where you're feeling it, like do something about it instead of complain or like, I don't know, like instead of react or break up your family, how about you choose something different and you choose to do something with it?
Yeah.
And I would just like to add here that last election, presidential election, we had the most people vote that had ever voted, which was 61%, which means we have 39% of the people that did not vote. If you do nothing else, I don't care who you vote for, but if you do nothing else, join the democracy and vote.
Yeah,
If we
I
keep
might
get-
write myself in. I might write myself in as a presidential candidate. Let's
I'd vote for you.
Let's do it.
April Millar for president. Write me in. Just kidding.
But that works. I mean, it's important. It's important. So in your world, in the astrology world, this is going to be a difficult time. Is it going to be full of change? Is it going to have its ups and downs, and we don't know exactly how it's going to come? Not who's going to win, but how we're going to work for a. Go ahead, April.
Oh, I'm loving your question so much. And really what is super fun is that, we kind of have this friction energy coming up. And then guess what happens is I believe I'm trying to look up the exact day, but I'm pretty sure it happens in December. Christina, do you remember when Mars goes retrograde?
Oh, I can look that up really quick. I don't remember exactly.
So after the election, it's either in November or December, Mars goes retrograde. And so what that means is we actually get a redo, a redo to read to reactivate ourselves. Like we get to slow down a little bit. So there's this challenge energy, and then it's like, okay, ooh, did I actually behave the way I wanted to? Maybe I get to reassess what's going on there. Plus, the majority of Mars will stay in its retrograde cycle for almost 6 months, which actually is really slow. And for Mars loves to move and loves to move fast. And so it's tricky. It's tricky for this, but it's in the sign of Cancer. And Cancer is so nurturing and so loving. And so we actually get the opportunity. I think it's going to be really healing, honestly, is my personal hope and belief around the Mars retrograde is, yes, we have this friction. Yes, we have this divisiveness happening, but I actually think we're going to have some healing within the winter months.
Please tell me that we are going to be we've had hate, division, and fear rule the place and take center stage over the last 9-10 years. Please tell me that hate, division, and fear are going to go away, and we're going to understand each other, work together for the betterment of everybody, and live our lives to a much better extent. Please tell me that's in the astrological world.
You know what? That can be your reality. 100%. You can decide that, and that can be your reality.
Yeah. I agree with that. I agree. And in fact, that's where it begins. It gets to be here first within you, your experiences with others, your experiences with those around you in your home. It starts in you, spreads to your home, then it can spread out to community and collective. But it does start within you. And it does start within you looking within, where am I creating or cultivating hate, division, and fear? Where am I? Because there could be places where maybe you're even oblivious, that you don't even know that you're doing that that you could become aware of and shift. You absolutely can shift that energy in those relationships and those things and those ideas.
Have you seen those studies that they've gone into like high crime areas and had like, I think it's only 10% of the population or something like that focus on like healing and higher vibrational things, and crime completely went down within a certain amount of time. I mean, this is me saying something which I need to probably back up with all the things, with all of the credentials, but there have been multiple studies that have done this. And so I think, just as Dana was saying, who cares if it's real or not? If you choose you and we all choose that we want to be that way, I really do believe that in energy and vibration, and it actually lifts the whole collective.
And even just in the words, what is the opposite of hate, division, and fear? Just talk to that. Just speak to that. Don't even talk about the hate, division, and fear. Maybe only talk about it 20% of the time, 80% talking about love, unity, peace. You know, to me, those are the opposites of those things that I can just think of off the top of my head. How can we do that? How can we cultivate that? Let's make plans. Let's take action on those areas in our communities, in our own personal life. And then it spreads from there. Let's cultivate those words. Let's cultivate those ideas 80% of the time. And then 20% saying, hey, have you ever realized that these things breed this? You know, bringing awareness to the topic in a neutral way. Like, that's how we start shifting. But it takes time for a collective to do that. It actually takes a considerable amount of time for a collective to shift as a whole, to make it more of a commonplace thing. And it starts with each one of us.
And each one of us has the ability to be able to say, you know, I'm really tired of hating other people, and I'm really tired of the negativity that's out there. I'm going to do something that's a lot more positive. I'm going to be friendlier. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to say hello to everybody. I'm going to allow other people to have their opinions without calling them an idiot, and stuff like that. And I really think that we are, well, you guys tell me, from the astrological and perspective, are we going to be entering a new phase over the next year, 2 years, 3 years of a really positive change for all of us in this country?
That's a great question, Kevin. And I think that if we're speaking strictly astrologically, there are challenges, but they're challenges that make us strong. Okay, I want to be straight up. Like, I am a positive astrologer, and I'm always wanting to put a positive spin on things. And if I would be lying if I didn't tell you that 2025 is actually astrologically challenging, but let's look at what that looks like. If you go to the gym and you lift weights, you're challenging your muscle to get strong. If you go through a certain period of life where you're learning things, and we've all experienced health, relationship, financial challenges, and then when we get to the other side of that, we go, oh, look at this. Oh, I like how April put it there. It's like an immune booster. Yeah, like when you get a cold, did you know that you're very unlikely to get that same cold virus again? Now, there are multiple cold viruses, so you might get another one, but you're very unlikely to get that same one again because you get strong. And one of the gifts, and since we jumped to December talking about the Mars retrograde in the sign of Cancer, it's in Leo, where Mars really loves to be in Leo, and most of it is spent in Cancer. In fact, Mars is going to be in Cancer, like April said, for a long time. When you think of Cancer as water and Mars is fire, so these seem to be things that can like put each other out, but if you have the right amount of both, if you alchemize your fire and your water, what do you get? You get steam. And we look at what steam does. Steam revolutionized the way we live today. Because of steam, we're here. I've never met two of you. And I met April online. Like, because of STEAM, we were able to get to where we are now here in the 21st century. So using that energy of STEAM to move forward in the way that you want. And Cancer is the sign of the mother, the sign of safety. I know Cancer's got yucky energy around it. All signs do. But at its heart, Cancer is the mother, the place of safety and protection. So what if we use the energy of STEAM of Mars in Cancer to really generate momentum around places of safety, places of unconditional love, places where people are accepted because of that beautiful cosmic mother energy. So we've got opportunities. So instead of thinking of these as challenges, what if it's really an opportunity and you got to work a little for it? And it's not just a straight road. There might be a few bumps in the road, but that's all our perception. There you go, Kevin. There's the answer.
That's darn near perfect, I think. I'm I just want everybody. Can we all just get along? That's my deal, you know. And Michelle, this is an interesting conversation, don't you think?
Yeah, it is. I'm learning so much. I always do, but it gives me a lot of courage and hope and like April said, that motivation. Like I definitely feel it lately, and I'm on the ground with my feet running.
Well, you know, it's Marla. It's so cool that I get to talk to you guys on a regular basis, and I hope people that are listening value the everything that you bring to the table, because you guys and the three of you are nothing short of amazing. And with your fourth member, you guys are doing some stuff. Tell us about the Wise Woman World program.
Yeah. Yeah, this is really exciting. And in fact, if you want a taste of what we do next week, we have opened up the doors to anyone who wants to join us 12:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time or Mountain Daylight Time. Is that what, Christina, correct me?
We are on Mountain Daylight Time. Yes, we are.
Thank you.
Yes, we are.
Christina corrects me regularly because she's very aware of that, and I appreciate it so much because it does matter. So 12:30 to 1:30, we're every day, Monday through Friday, we're taking an hour to coach whoever jumps on the call, and we're going to be talking about your soul contract with prosperity and money. We're going to dive deep into your prosperity blueprint and giving people access to information based on their charts, their human design, their gene keys, and their astrology charts. Now, if you were just to look at these charts yourself, it can be overwhelming. And in fact, it can feel or look like foreign language. That's why all of us will be on these calls to decode what your unique charts are saying. We'll have PDF downloads. We've done an incredible job making this very doable for anyone to come in at any level and understand their own personal charts. In fact, if they want to sign up, they can go to thewisewomanworld.com and click on any page. We have a banner that says join our 5-day challenge. So you can join there. Again, it's free. It is your time. And no matter what, we're doing this right now. We have, I think we have 50 participants that are joining us and growing, which is so exciting. So we invite you to join us to get a taste of yourself, some insight to you, because in order to even love yourself, you have to know yourself first. Know yourself before you love yourself. In order to trust yourself with your life, with money, with any aspect of your life, you want to love yourself and know yourself. And so our biggest desire really is for people that they start acting in a more conscious way. And so you know yourself, to love yourself, to trust yourself, to then act for yourself, to act in your life, consciously creating your most prosperous life. That's what we want for people. So come join us, come see what that's about, get a little taste of us. We'll welcome you in with open arms. It is probably one of the most inclusive communities. We all are very inclusive people. And so that's an easy way to get a taste and a feel for what we're doing.
And
And this is from September 30th to October. Oh, go ahead.
This is for men and women. We are the Wise Woman World, and we work with men and women in some of our programs. So I just wanted to be really clear. This is for all people listening.
Oh, absolutely. And in fact, we welcome everyone. Everyone's welcome. All are welcome. We are the Wise Woman World because there's 4 of us women that are teaching. And we want to bring that wisdom back into this world, back into business, back into how we see money. And we believe that it's the feminine aspect that will bring us into balance in those aspects. So yes, we welcome everyone. And those dates are September 30th through October 4th.
September 30th to October 4th. And Myra apparently is a new listener. She said, I'm glad I found Positive Talk. And so I appreciate
That's
that.
Corey's mom.
Oh, is that?
Hi, so good to see you. Thanks for listening.
And by the way, I think you've done a fine job raising your young men. So congratulations for that as well. I think that's just awesome. By the way, we are going to play a world premiere here in a few minutes, so stay for that. But I wanted to touch bases again with this program that you've got, because I tell you, Dana, you've been my coach for well over a year. I've known you for what, 3 or 4 years?
Yeah. I think we're going 4.
And she said, thank you so much. And you have been really important for me and my growth over time. And you are a phenomenal woman. And the 3 of you together, I just can't imagine the 3 of you together talking to somebody about their life and how they can live their life a little bit better, and what the stars hold for you, and what the gene keys hold for you, and all of those things.
Yeah, it's definitely dynamic. There's a lot of people out there that will teach you human design. There are a lot of astrologers out there that can do readings. There's a lot of gene key experts out there that can do these readings for you. But to bring it together in one big picture for individuals with 4 dynamic coaches, and Alina does somatic movement and so much more. There's so much to Alina that's so beautiful. And to have all of us in one place and to get unique coaching from each of us, it really, like, deep within our hearts, we want transformation. We desire to offer as much as we possibly can to cultivate a space where you can transform your life, where you can wake up this prosperity power within your DNA. It is possible. It is within you. And we want to help show you your greatness. That's what we're interested in. That's why we're doing this. That's why each of us is so aligned in this mission, is because we care about each individual that comes, and it's unique.
You know, one of the things that we haven't talked about yet that we are going to be doing here in the future is we are going to set it up so that we can take calls. And so the callers can call in and talk to you guys and can get an idea and to answer questions. I did this before back in 2003. We called it the psychic car wash because I had a sound healer and an astrologer and a human behavioralist, and they were the panel. And people would call in and they would ask questions. And then from each of their own dynamic perspectives, they would provide an answer. And more times than not, and people ended up crying because it was so impactful to them. And sometimes, you know, a lot of us are out there all by ourselves, and we don't have anybody like you that you can really share with. And so it's really, really important. And I just love what you guys do. And again, the event is the 30th through the 4th. And what's it called, and how do they get there again?
It's our 5-day prosperity challenge. And if you go to thewisewomanworld.com, you can sign up there on any page. We have banners at the top of every page where it says join our 5-day prosperity challenge. You click on that and it'll take you to sign up. You'll instantly be put into given access to our portal that shows you how to download your personal charts. So it's a video April and I have made to show how you get your chart so that you're ready for Monday with us.
And you have a bunch of people already signed up, haven't you?
We do. We have quite a good group and growing for sure. So we're thrilled. We actually, even at our festival last weekend, we are receiving incredible response from this. We really are. People are loving what we have to offer because it is such a unique way of looking at your astrology, human design, and gene keys through the lens of business, prosperity, money, and your life, what you value, what you deeply desire. So it's amazing. You'll learn about your life's work, your purpose, what keeps you healthy, because that's unique to you. That is very unique to you. And all kinds of other fun things. Do you guys want to add anything, Christina, April?
Yeah. The cool thing about it is, I mean, there's a lot for a free, in fact, we were talking about this today. We're like, we love to give. We love to create a lot of value. And because we've been working on the like handouts. You get full-blown handouts with information about you specifically. And so what's really cool about it really is we're really honing in on your sacred contract, your soul contract with money and prosperity. Because have you ever zoom out from your life for a hot sec and kind of look at just like the timeline of your life and how you've engaged and interacted with money, when you've been broke, when you've been like had a windfall of money. I think I say that wrong every time, but like how has the trajectory of your life been with money and prosperity? Where have you felt so sure and aligned, and where have you felt so much fear? And a lot of times, even when we have all the money, or when we have all the money, when we have a lot of money, it doesn't matter how much money you have, it can't actually heal inner scarcity. So we're looking at your maps, essentially, your user manual, the guide of you, to help you understand what this whole contract is, because there's a contract there. I have it was several years ago that I was like, okay, too many like wackadoodle things are happening that like this, like I honestly was like, am I being punked? Like if this happened, then the freezer went out and all the food went bad. Like, right? Everybody's had these moments where it's just like, what is going on? And so we know there's lessons there. We know there's something there for us to live and grow and move from. But what is it? It's we want to take, like, if you want to, I love all the memes that are going around that are like the government with taxes that are like, oh, we know what you owe us, but you don't know. But if you get it wrong, you have to go to jail. We're not interested in, we're interested in telling you how much, like what it is that you're here to learn so you can learn it. We don't want you to have to guess about it.
Yeah. And what you're here to learn with both, what you're here to learn that might come off as challenging or might be opportunities for growth, like Christina said, and the power that is within you to have the most prosperous, soul fulfilling life. Every single person right now has that imprint inside of them. And it is our desire to bring that out, to bring that forth into your conscious mind through the language of these charts.
So I have a relative, and this particular relative has a problem. He has a problem with money in that he spends everything he makes. Regardless of what he makes, he spends it, and then some. And it doesn't matter really how much he makes. I've asked him on numerous occasions why you are behaving this way. And because you know that when you get to the end of the month and you don't have enough money, and then you have to come to dear old dad because you don't have any money, and that can't make you feel good. Why do you keep putting yourself through this? And he says, I don't know, Dad. That's because in the beginning part of them in the end of the month, I love going shopping and buying stuff, and I forget that I have to pay for it at the end of the month. So he recently got a job and doubled his income. And I said to him, he said, I'm good. I'm done with money troubles. And I said, no, you're not. it's just going to be the quality of the toys that you buy are going to cost more. So you need to fix this. And so he should come to you guys so that you could help him figure out how he is that way and can't seem to get out from under that. Christina?
Absolutely.
Oh, I was just going to say, I was confirming, and this is the great thing that I love so much about our work and that I love so much about this challenge is we're not telling you. All we're doing is giving you a light to see what's already within you. So you're uncovering it, but nobody's telling you. No one's telling you who you need to be, how you need to spend, what you need to value. No. This is just shining a light on you so you can see it from a different perspective. So this sweet relative of yours might just discover exactly why there is this unquenchable motivation to just keep spending. What makes him feel like that's the safe thing to do? What has created a situation generationally and with this soul contract with money, of which that is a part, that makes it feel like hanging on to money isn't that great of an idea? Because obviously that's what's actually going on in here, even though in here it's like,
Yeah. And anyone listening, I just want you to know that there might be a little something inside your heart saying, ooh, I want this, but I'm scared. But I'm scared about what it's going to mean about me if I shine a light on things. And I just want you to know that scared, that light that we'd shine on those things are already driving your money experience. They're already running the show. It's just unconscious. And in fact, when you shine a light on it, and trust me, we are very skilled at creating very safe spaces to shine light on our humanness. We're very good at that. And in fact, there are things within your chart that can show us why you would love certain things that you do. And we're not here to tell you not to love those things. We're here to say, oh yeah, that makes sense. And the funny thing is when you take this shame out of that part of you, you come into more of a balanced harmony with it. You come into more of a conscious awareness of like, oh, I actually am okay that I have that. And so then there's a balanced approach to how you spend that can, if you choose consciously to heal those things, you can step into more of that conscious awareness. And there's so much power in that. You literally take your power back from your unconscious habits and behaviors.
Knowledge is power.
Your blueprint, yours. There are
Yes.
no cookie cutters here. Yours.
Well, and I want to address too, we're talking prosperity, all the ways that are prosperity. So it's easy to think money, but also like relationships. How have relationships been for you in your life? How has your relationship with money or with time? Like if we want to talk generational patterns, scarcity with time is a thing in my family. So but then it can be food. There's prosperity. Like where do we find the scarcity? And we know that there's going to be a block there for prosperity. So we're talking all the areas, even health, right? Health. So it's a beautiful, beautiful program. Honestly, you will find so much value in it. And really, we're super, super excited to bring it to the masses.
Yep.
Looking forward to it. So go to thewisewomanworld.com. It'll give you all the information. It'll find out everything that you need to know. And Brashal, do you have a tissue handy?
No, I'm not going to cry.
Want to bet? Oh, who's April? Who's that behind you?
Oh, my kids just walked in from school, so we've got a few of them here. They're all just so you know, this is what's happening at my house. Yeah.
By the way, kids, you are now being seen over time by millions of people.
Yeah.
Millions
So
of people.
wait.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Oh,
and
they're so cute.
they're saying, "Mom, forget that. I want snacks, and I want them now."
Yes.
So, in any event, I got it. We have a world premiere that I'm going to show you now, and this came about because I had a gal on my show. Her name is Mary Jackson. Her kids are called Sisters J. They're a musical group. And one of them came on and we were talking with Mary. She works with autism and she's a national spokesperson for folks. She's a podcaster. She's an author. And so we were talking about all that. And her daughter, Elizabeth, came on and her daughter said, I said, you know, your mom is like a mama bear. And she doesn't put up with any stuff. And she said, oh, you have no idea. And then she made a statement. And I said, we need to take that and we need to make a song, and Sisters J has to record it. And so consequently, I helped do it. I'm now an executive producer of all things. So I help them put it together. And I want to play this song. This is a world premiere song that I'm not going to tell you what the title is. You'll know it. And oh, that's not right. Let me do this correctly. And talk amongst yourselves for a second. And so this is
my hero, my hero. My hero, my hero. Did you ever know? Must have been cold there in my shadow, to never have sunlight on your face. You've been content to let me shine. You always walked a step behind. I was the one with all the glory, while you were the one with all the strength. Only a face without a name. I never once heard you complain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. I could fly higher than an eagle, with you as the wind beneath my wings. My hero, my hero. Did you ever know? Might have appeared to go unnoticed, but I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth. I would be nothing without you. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. I could fly higher than an eagle, with you as the wind beneath my wings.
Well, what did you guys think?
Awesome, Kevin.
Hold on, I gotta figure out how to do this here. Exit full screen. All right, there we go. And that's thank you. And that is Sisters J. That's going to be coming out next week. And it's going to be going out into the world, so it'll go everywhere. So April, I saw you swaying back and forth. What did you think?
I was into it. I love that song, and it brings up so many good memories. And so I love their version. It was like just absolutely lovely. So they have beautiful voices. I am so excited for them.
They have got lots and lots of future ahead of them.
Yeah.
So it is great fun, and it was a lot of fun to do. And Dana's heard it before. So is Rochelle. Rochelle, you're not crying. I'm disappointed.
That's
Kevin,
rude,
you can't
Kevin.
do that on the spot. There's no crying on the spot. It has to be natural.
Yeah,
Oh,
see
okay.
what Dana
There's no
said.
crying. There's no crying on Positive Talk Radio. How about that?
Good tears.
Good. So
Yeah,
we've run out of time, but I just want to make sure we get to your guys' information out on how they can find you and how to make this all work for themselves.
Yeah. Check out thewisewomanworld.com. That's where we'll post all of our things. We have events on there. We have our information about each one of us as coaches. There's a way to reach out to us there. That is the central hub for us. And we're still creating that. So just be patient. But all of our information's on there. All the buttons should be working and should be available to just foundationally. So we did the website ourselves, which is awesome.
Yay!
It looks really good. I think. I'm proud.
Well, you are so talented. Ladies, anything else you'd like to add before we have to run away?
Just thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for letting us share our gifts and be consciously aware these upcoming months of how you're speaking, how you're moving throughout your days, how you want to react. Take a deep breath before you react and really step into a more conscious, soul-fulfilling life.
And a lot of people don't know this yet, and I'm not sure you remember it, Dana, but we did talk about you doing a weekly show with me.
Yes, we did.
In November sometime, and so you will be on once a week, and you can invite April and Christina and Rochelle and anybody you want to. It'd be fun. So
I love it. Thank you,
because I
Kevin.
value you and what you do. So, ladies, it's always a pleasure talking to you guys.
Thanks.
Love
Kevin.
you, Kevin. Thank you.
And good luck with this. I hope a lot of people go to the wisewomanworld.com and sign up for the event, because I think it could be, if you choose to make it could be a life-changing event for you.
I agree.
Because these women have their heart in the right place. And I know Rochelle agrees with me. Yes, Rochelle?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to this episode of Positive Talk with Kevin McDonald. Our purpose is to provide everyone with a positive, entertaining, and educational experience. I would love your feedback and comments about the show, including possible topics and great guest suggestions. Please email me at kevin@kmmedia.pro. And remember, be kind to one another, because each other's all we've got. That's Kevin@kmmedia.pro.